Honda has left Formula 1, but it will continue to supply turnkey engines to Red Bull Racing and AlphaTauri until the end of 2025. This is, of course, a turnaround from what was planned, as it was thought the constructor would take their power sourcing in-house for 2022. Honda is leaving, but it seems to continue to do all of the hard work in the coming years. So what is this meeting of the minds in Formula 1 all about going into this new season and into the next few years? Let's talk about that in this special here for GP fans. Remember, of course, if you want to stay up to date with all of our content, hit the subscribe button down below, and that will all be directly sent to your digital door. But now, let's work out this relationship between Honda and Red Bull. To explain this properly, we have to start at the beginning. At the end of 2020, Honda announced its withdrawal from Formula 1 after the 2021 season. This meant bad news for Red Bull Racing. A new engine supplier had to be sought urgently. Mercedes is the direct competitor, and Ferrari indicated that it did not see any chance of a collaboration, and a previous marriage with Red Bull came to a rather ugly divorce in 2018. The options were limited. Red Bull Racing, therefore, no longer saw any potential in being a customer team. Intellectual property acquisition. That is why a special agreement was made with Honda. In early 2021, it was announced that Red Bull Racing would take over Honda's intellectual property from 2022. The Japanese would temporarily continue to provide some assistance from the side. The stumbling block in this construction, however, was the continued development of the engines. Red Bull Racing could not start developing its own engines overnight, while the competition would just keep making progress. It has therefore been argued for a freeze on engine development from 2022 to 2026. In that year, new engine regulations will be introduced into the sport, and all manufacturers will start again from scratch. After much deliberation and the necessary threats from Red Bull to leave Formula 1 altogether, with sister team AlphaTauri as well, the other manufacturers agreed to this plan. In the meantime, Red Bull founded Red Bull Powertrains, the racing stable's own engine division, where fully owned power sources without a line with Honda will have to be developed from 2025. Further development with Honda. That is why, for Red Bull, it was of great importance that Honda continued to develop the 2021 power source last year, despite the imminent departure, so that Red Bull Racing could appear at the start of 2022 with an up-to-date model. In addition, Formula 1 will switch from a 5% biofuel to a 10% biofuel for this coming new season, something that, according to Ferrari, is accompanied with a loss of 20 horsepower. This is also why it was important that Honda would continue to make adjustments throughout last year's racing season to their power source. Cooperation extended despite departure. Last week, however, a new development came out. Red Bull Racing Chief Executive Helmut Marko announced, in a conversation with Auto Review, that Honda will continue to manage engines until 2025. The bikes will be roadworthy in Japan until 2025. We don't have to touch them at all. That means the rights and things like that will stay with the Japanese, which is important for 2026, because then it makes us newcomers, was the literal translation of Marko's words. The benefits to Red Bull Racing. So, in effect, Honda is staying on as a contractor of sorts, rather than shifting the responsibility to Red Bull Powertrains. The Japanese supply the last variant of the engine from Japan, Red Bull puts it in the car. Red Bull will therefore start driving Red Bull engines from this year, which is basically a Honda engine with a Red Bull logo stamped on the side of it. This has several major advantages for Red Bull, including the fact that they can now finally focus on the new power source for 2026 within the motorcycle division, to which several big names from Honda and Mercedes have already defected to. Advantages for Honda. But what are the benefits for Honda in this situation? In short, the Japanese will manage a power source in the coming years without really being part of Formula 1 and without the Honda logo being visible. While the whole idea behind participating in the premier class of motorsport was to exhibit the brand on a world stage, it sounds a lot like there's going to be plenty of work with very little reward. However, it does offer a number of advantages. Although the exact amounts are not known, it is likely that Red Bull will be paying a hefty sum for Honda's assistance, while the Japanese are not at any risk financially. In addition, this way Honda prevents Red Bull from doing business with another manufacturer in the coming years. The Japanese are taking a step back, but in this way, the tie with Red Bull is very short indeed, if, for example, Honda wants to link its name to Formula 1 again in 2026. Has Red Bull fooled the competition? Based on this story, you can ask yourself this. Hasn't Red Bull Racing been luring the competition in with the engine development freeze? After all, they now receive a turnkey engine from Japan, while the engine division themselves, internally at Red Bull, can focus on the power source for after 2025. The answer is no. The other manufacturers agreed to the fees at the time because Red Bull Racing and AlphaTauri would otherwise fall behind. That would be bad for the sport, and therefore also for the other racing stables. In addition, Red Bull Powertrains is far from being a fully operational project. It is still under development. Plus, the other manufacturers no longer have to invest time and money in the current power source, so that the focus can also go on to 2026 a little earlier for everyone. So Formula 1 seems to benefit, but Red Bull Racing certainly seem to have done their homework on this situation, and the tie with Honda looks set to be beneficial for everybody going into the new season and beyond. But what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments section below as always, and remember to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with everything we do here at GP Fans.